Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I sound like crap. I feel perfectly fine, but I'm fighting off some sinus congestion this time of year, especially when you mow dead grass and it happens. But he did get a new fuel pump bought for this thing. We stuck it on there last night and it cranked right up. Well, I ain't gonna say it cranked right up. We had to pump some fuel through it, but it cranked up. We let it run for a while. The front bowl stayed full, and let me check see if there's see what's happened with our vacuum issue on the tank. Let's see. Oh, well, he didn't have it tightened up, so I guess we'll know that. But the only thing I can pinpoint is that that other pump was bad, because when you would crank it up, it would throw fuel to the front bowl, and then it's like it would just lose pressure, and it would keep fuel going to the back bowl, as long as we had it running. But after that, I mean, it wouldn't, we were shutting it off because the fronts were empty, or the front bowl was empty. So the only thing I can come up with is that pump was trying to create a vacuum through the return somehow. I thought about it earlier and figured I could explain it better, but I guess what I'm trying to get out is it was trying to pull fuel through the return, but the pump being bad, it wasn't pulling enough through the actual the feed line, and it was letting the vacuum go back through the return instead of, just because it wasn't pulling enough fuel to return. Maybe it makes sense. And if it don't, maybe I'll come up with something better later if you want to know. But we are going to put a timing light on it, because while it was running, we shut it off. It would very slightly attempt to diesel itself, and I mean that ain't normal. So we're going to stick a timing light on it here in a little bit and see where the timing's at, because I mean it's pretty close. The carburetor's pretty close. I did have to lower the front float down on it, but we'll get that out We'll get that changed and adjusted, and as long as the rain stays out, because they've said it's supposed to rain the last 4 days, and it ain't rained but a total of about 30 minutes. So more than likely we'll get this thing out here in a little bit, and we can idle it down the road, and I'll probably stop and jump out. That way we can get a drive-by shot of it. So, but let's see what we can come up with here in just a minute. All right, we went over the timing. It was way off, which would explain why it was dieseling itself. But right now it's on, well, all in is 35. So it didn't act stupid when we shut it off, and sounds a whole lot better than it did. It cranked easier, and so new pump or new fuel pump, timing's gone over. Carburetor's been slightly adjusted on some stuff. It don't smell nowhere near as rich either in the back. We'll bust it back off here in just a second and see how easy it's cranking. And one other thing I just checked is the pressure on the cap, and there is none. So I'm pretty sure what I said earlier was obviously what it was doing. Is that return, just the inlet and the return was trying to vacuum itself back to the tank, which would make sense why it was starving the carburetor.
Our bonnet balancer was wore out on it. Put a new one in on it.
Yeah. I had to put a new balancer on that white truck out there, because the elastomer in it had got, it'd sit there and while it was idling, it was just walking.
Back her up.
Sounds a whole lot better. It's crazy how something as simple as timing be a little out and some small carburetor adjustments will make a world of difference on one. Of course, y'all know anything about cars, you know that. shut it off, it did attempt to diesel itself just a little bit. Now on to figuring out where that's coming from. Usually that's a timing issue. But we'll mess with it and get that straightened out on it. So that'll probably be another video after we figure out or get that straightened out. But y'all want to like and subscribe to the channel for this one and that one and the other ones. We'll see y'all in the next one.